Hello everyone. So we are going to start with basically the installation of first how exactly we do the Python, and then also the respective Selenium. How do we proceed with that? So this session is to have the prerequisite done. So we'll go ahead with first the Python installation. We'll follow the respective steps. So first we go ahead and just type in Python download, and we get a respective link. As you can see in my current screen, this is the download python.org. We'll just go ahead over here. In your case, this is the latest Python that you have to download. In case if you have other OSs, you can click on Windows and Mac OS and choose a respective environment for the respective installation. Otherwise, we can quickly follow the process of downloading the Python from here. So as you can see, I've just downloaded the respective Python, and we'll go ahead with the installation of this. So what we're going to do is we are going to just install Python over here, and kindly follow the respective same process what I'm going to show you right away, so that we all are in sync and the prerequisite is set. So we'll click on install and you'll have a exe open. So in this case, what you do is please go ahead and add Python exe to path, okay, and do a custom installation over here. And we'll let this optional feature be it as it is. So please do not do any changes on these, and we'll click on next. Over here, please make sure that you are installing Python 3.12 for all the respective users, guys. Okay. And once you do that, please click on install, and the respective setup will proceed. So as you can see, the 3.1.12.1 is there. Meanwhile, what you also need to do is, in case if you want to see if a respective Python is installed or not, the best way of doing it, go to your command prompt and do a python/v. So in our case, you can see it wasn't there. Okay. In case once it was installed, we'll see that the respective same command would give you the respective Python to be present over there. Okay, so we'll wait for a couple of minutes for this to install, and yep, so we'll quickly see. We'll wait for it to happen. So guys, as we can see, the setup is completed. We'll click on close here. I'll go to my command prompt, and we'll quickly type in, just in order to see, Python space -v. As we can see, the Python v shows you the respective Python already installed. So yep, I think that's it. Anything on this? So what we're going to continue. So as you can see, we are into currently command respective variable. So uh, just post that, we'll quickly go ahead and just do the configurations for the Python. We'll just check on the following thing. We'll quickly go ahead and in this PC, I'll just show just 1 second, folks. So just do a right click on this PC, properties. Now once you open the properties, guys, over here you will see an option basically to in the respective settings. What we do is we need to set the environment variables. Okay, so I'll quickly, you see an option of advanced system settings. I'll click on advanced system settings. This will open up the system properties, and click on the environment variables. And over here, guys, what you need to take a good look at is the path over here. So in case if I go ahead into path, we'll see the respective installation. I'll remove the existing Python because I was having the previous installation things. I'll just delete it. Will only contain these two things. What we will see is the respective Python location file along with the scripts file. These two should be there. So if I quickly go ahead into my system C drive, and as we can see, what was the path? Program files. So I'll quickly see program files. Just 1 second. Program files, and then we'll quickly see Python. Now you can see, we'll go ahead with this Python 3.12. I'll removing the existing Python because we're not using it anymore. So In this case, we'll go ahead and see Python 3.312. In this case, scripts. If you can go ahead and scripts, you can see we have various pip libraries that you can see. So pip basically is used to install any of the dependent libraries. As in our case, especially guys who have enrolled in for Selenium, we'll use this pip itself to install Selenium. And in case of other libraries, we use pip to install the respective dependent libraries. Okay. So I hope I'm clear till here, guys. So yep, that's it. And so we can see this Python file is already in place. So that is the path that we are trying to set. Please make sure that these two paths are already in place and there's no changes available over here respectively. And that's it. I'll quickly click on OK. We'll just do an OK. And I think we are done with the setup for this. Now, apart from that, what the next step that we are going to do is we are going to use an IDE. Okay, so IDE is a platform where you write your respective scripts. In our case, we are going to write our scripts in Pycharm. So I'll just go ahead, Pycharm download. This is the respective Pycharm download link. Over here, you'll see two options. One is going to be your professional. The second is going to be your community. Professionals are generally the licensed one that the corporate folks generally use. Okay, we are going to be as part of the community edition where a respective individual developer can go ahead and download it. It is free and open source, so I'll download it. It's currently downloading. And yeah, we'll wait for the download to happen and then we'll resume. So now, folks, what we're going to do is we have a community edition opened up, which I've downloaded right now. And as we click on next, this is the path where it's going to get installed. We'll click on next, let it be there. And in this case, guys, we'll just use the following things. We'll just check on the desktop for the shortcut. And we are also going to do create association.py. So we want all the Python libraries to be associated to it respectively. And we are also going to check on the add bin folder to the path so that it is adding the respective folders. Okay, and so once it is done, guys, we'll quickly click on next and we'll quickly click on next for it to install. It will install and yeah, we'll let it install and we'll connect again. So folks, you can see the my PyCharm community edition is set up. I'll click on I want to manually reboot later and finish it off. And so my respective PyCharm is done. I'll just brief you through how exactly our respective PyCharm is going to work and just open up the respective application. So folks, so what we're going to do is we'll accept the respective user agreement and confirm and post that. This is the respective PyCharm. What do you see right now on my screen? This is how it can look like. You can go into customize and you can select a light version, light with light header, and all these various options that you want to go ahead. You can select accordingly. Okay, so and you can increase the respective fonts as you want and okay, so accordingly you can do that. So now going over here, you see a new project over here in this case, right? So and you see open and get from VCS. VCS is nothing but version control, where we, for example, get you have a repository on which you want to clone it and use it, so you can use it from there. In our case, we are going to create a new project over here in this case. So for example, if we click on a new project, as you can see in this case, it is giving me a project name as Python. So what I'll do is I'll quickly go ahead and create a project in my C drive, mentioning that this is for Python underscore automation and click on OK. So this is what I'm going to use as part of this project. Okay, and there's an option of create a main py.welcome script. So this is in case if for every Python classes we're going to start ahead. And also we'll see the respective interpreter is the 3.1.2 which we have installed. Uh, it automatically shows. Rather than doing that, please select the option that it is detected in the system. So this is our respective uh, environment that we have. Okay, and you don't need to go ahead on to these all options. Okay, we'll just go ahead with the project environment, and we'll click on um, create. So this will create a respective virtual environment for you, and then you can see the respective stuffs over here and write your respective code in your main.py, which is going to be. So this is the project setup as you can see on my screen, folks. So this is the main.py of this solution. As you can see, this is what we are currently seeing. Okay, this is the lib files where we have all the libs, and this is the script file where we have all the respective libs available. Um, Now on this, guys, so this is was just for the Python setup. Now in case for um, Selenium setup, guys, so folks who have enrolled for Selenium automation, this is for them, and folks who have already just gone ahead with the Python development on Python upskillment, this is where you should stop. And this is the only script that is required. Rest of these stuffs, if something is missing out, we'll cover it up as part of our session. Now, for folks who are into who've taken up for Selenium automation, um, as you know, Selenium is an RESTful library that we have. So similarly, what we have to do is, um, I'll quickly tell you guys what we need to do is, there's an option, something called as, let me type Selenium Python. Okay, for example, download. Okay, so there is a py you can see over here. In this case, guys, you see a command over here. We see the Selenium version 4.17.2 over here. There's a command that you see over here that you can run in the pip directly. It will quickly go ahead and install in your respective system. So to do that, what do we really need to do, guys? Go into the command and pip install Selenium. So just by giving this command, you'll see that it has started downloading, and the downloading for the Selenium libraries will start. And once it is downloaded, so basically, as we discussed, pip is used to install various other libraries. So for our case, we are installing Selenium. Okay. So I think still downloading. We'll wait for it to finish off, and then we'll resume. So team, as you can see that the respective installation is done. So how can we see a respective thing in our case? So we go ahead into the project, right? And in project, you can see an option. Uh, so one thing that you have to do is, in this case, as we are going in a respective scripts, to make sure that one place that you can see is in your scripts. So the scripts contains your respective pip folder over here, and also make sure that wherever you're installing, make sure you're not using as part of, what do you say, um, pip3 installation. Will be using the same command as pip. What I was discussing in this case is, we'll quickly go ahead and see all the references. So over here in this case, for example, if I need to find out the respective libraries option, so I'll quickly just discuss in a second. I'll quickly go ahead. So folks, once you have downloaded, we'll just re-verify using a command called as pip list. Before installing, if you do a pip list before installing of Selenium, if you do pip list, you won't be seeing this Selenium library installed. But after using the install command through pip that we have done just now, using a pip list command will show you Selenium is installed, and you can go ahead in your respective Pycharm and click on select your project basically first, and then click on settings. In the settings, you can basically, we what we need to do is, we need to basically see if the respective interpreter for us is there or not. So we'll go to the project settings, and in the project setting, guys, you can see the project interpreter. Okay, so click on this project interpreter, and in this interpreter, you can see that in our case, we don't have, there are two ways of doing it. Either you click on as we had installed it back since then, so it doesn't show you the refresh interpreter values. So in this case, what you can do is click on this plus button. In case if you don't see Selenium over here, click on this plus button and then do a Selenium. Just 1 second. I think we'll just have to refresh 1 second. Let me refresh, folks. Reload from the disk. This is the same interpreter that we are into. Just hold on a second. Yeah, folks. So what we just need to do is after installing the Selenium package, make sure your Pycharm you have just started for it to fetch all the respective libraries. Go to your respective Python. As I said in the Python project, click on the Python interpreter. In this Python interpreter, click on this plus button, and it will download all the packages. As you can see, the packages.list is downloading over here in this case, and we will type Selenium. Okay, just Selenium. Just click on Selenium, and there's an option of install package. Just click on this install package, and once this gets installed, you will see it in the respective interpreter that it is selected. So uh, that's it that we have as part of the um, so once it is installed, just click on close and just see if it is installed. Let me re-verify it, folks. So yeah, so we'll specify the version that we want to install. Let's say the same version, and then we'll click on install. And once see, as you can see, package is installed successfully. Click on OK, and then you can see that Selenium. You can see all the Selenium libraries are installed, and click on OK. So yeah, so we are done with the Selenium setup right now. So